What?
We did it.
Crazy.
We're on
No
the
way.
internet.
Do a quick share.
People, what are we doing?
They have internet in Nashville.
We just got it.
That's so nice.
Just last week.
Now, if all y'all could just get some masks.
Exactly.
There it is. I see it.
Hi, Derek Webb.
Hi.
Welcome to Heathen Happy Hour.
Thanks.
Thanks for doing this crazy thing with
It's
us.
a pleasure. I feel like I'm famous.
Just right now. This is the moment that really did it.
Because honestly, like I'm a fan, you guys, and you know it.
It wasn't like the
we
sold out
do.
stadiums
I'm
or anything. It
so
was just
thrilled.
this.
I'm so thrilled. I'm definitely bummed that we don't have people to physically enjoy this.
Yeah.
But I'm glad. But you guys rallied, man. You're
We're
problem
here.
solvers.
Figure it out.
We figured it out.
That's
We're
what we
doing
do,
it.
yeah.
And I tell you what, this little mighty crew
I
of
love it.
online folks is like the best little mighty crew
Absolutely.
of online
I
folks in
know,
the history
I
of
know.
time. So they're like, we got Benaya's here already.
Wendy and
Hi,
Mandy.
buddy.
Susan, hi.
Wendy's here. Hi, honey. Already from Australia. So we've gone
Yeah.
international.
Boom.
In
I
the
think
first
it's like 9 a.m. or something.
2
there, so
minutes.
They're
It didn't
in.
take any time.
Paul is here. Hi, Paul. Hi, Hans. Hi, y'all. Hi, Josh Scott. Fancy meeting
Josh Scott.
you here.
Just
Aw.
around
In
the
the virtual
corner in
house.
Kentucky.
I got to hug Josh Scott this weekend, and that was really
Oh,
nice.
I
He's
did
so
too. How
tall.
great
It's
was
and-
awkward for me.
Yeah, that's a choice y'all made, like hanging out
It is a
together and
choice.
doing things.
It was strange. Most of my time spent with Josh was sitting at coffee tables, and so as soon we had all these amazing conversations. As soon as we stood up, I was like, "Oh, I've made a terrible mistake,"
Oh God, what have I done?
because he has to hug me like his youngest child. Like he's like,
But that's cozy.
yeah.
That's
I'm like arms around his waist.
It's
You
gotta
guys
be
should
like,
redo the Madonna and Jesus.
We
You
should.
just hold you in his
Christmas
arms.
cards for Grace Point this year.
I find it reassuring. I'm like 6 feet tall, so it doesn't happen to me very often
Yeah.
that somebody is like, I dwarf you.
Even
And I'm
you,
like,
Josh Scott. What a man.
Yeah, it's great.
Anyways.
Josh, thank you for the service you provide. Hi, everybody. Hi, Randy.
ministry
Randy's at
of
Chris
your
and
height.
Noel's.
Ministry of your height.
Guys, this is fun how we just saw so many of you in human person. Hi, Susan.
know.
Oh, hi, Andra.
Got half of the goose here.
Andra, this is Andra, y'all. I'm going to put her up here. Andra has saved our butts, and she has let us sit on her adorable. Flamey and I are literally on a porch swing right now, which is.
Port swing in
And
Nashville.
I'm not worried at all about it falling
not
under my weight.
Hi, Mercy. Hi, Laura. Everybody came out on a Tuesday. Look at y'all. You're beautiful. But Andra, has hustled. She borrowed all this equipment for us. She opened her little Enneagram 2 heart and brought us into her porch, and it was the most
Yes.
wonderful, best thing that ever happened because we were.
It's the most picturesque scene. Obviously, I'm here. I can see it.
Hi, Misa.
But I'm also looking at it on the screen, and it's so cute. Thank
Yeah.
you, Andra.
Now with
Now with
lawnmowers.
lawnmowers, yeah. Did you
Featuring-
guys hear that?
Lawn care.
That's our percussion section.
That's right.
It's great. It's very modern.
That's
We're
the
doing-
noise track.
Yeah, it's like a whole Art Nouveau thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Kids love it.
Yep.
So what are we doing
Our
tonight?
children will be proud. We don't know.
What is the plan?
Well, we're in Nashville, so I thought we should do a Nashville in the round.
Beautiful.
We've got Derek, who's obviously an amazing songwriter, so we thought we'd just go around and share songs, Nashville style. Talk
Some
a little
covers,
bit
some
of
originals?
Deconstruction, talk a little bit of how do we do this.
Yeah. I love it.
I love it.
For those who are just joining, we had shows planned in Nashville. It was our first little mini tour. We were so excited. We got here. Delta's rampant,
Yeah.
and we thought it best to not bring people into a group. So we're coming to you instead, and now we get to do it internationally. As we said, Australia's already in the house, so
Yeah.
it's great. It worked out.
I have to
take-
say, Nashville was very excited to receive you. Like there are a lot of people in Nashville who are very, very excited to be with you guys.
Well, we're going to come back.
You have a lot of love and support in Nashville, Tennessee.
That's
I'm just going to tell you.
wonderful.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to leave
Amazing.
Nashville. The place we're staying, our host where we're staying,
Oh my gosh.
she folded my laundry yesterday. I've never felt more cared for in
Denise
my
is
life.
right here.
It's
She's
the
watching.
greatest.
Wow, oh my God.
Denise, I don't even know what to do with you because it is
Amazing.
The Southern hospitality thing
Yeah.
is legit.
How has it been? How has your journey through the South been?
hospitable? Like
Yeah.
It really has.
super.
And hot.
I had a flat in North Carolina, and I was struggling with to even figure out what to do.
Yeah, yeah.
And within 5 minutes, a kid had just pulled over and changed the entire tire for me. like didn't make me feel stupid either. That was the best thing
Wow.
because I was there with my nail polish, looking very queer on the interstate in North Carolina. I was like, I mean, I didn't have this full get up, thankfully, but although maybe if I did, it would have helped. I could just put a little thumb
It
out.
for sure would have helped.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. That's good to hear. I'm glad it's been a good.
It's
like-
been the warmest welcome.
good.
Anissa says, hi, Heathens and
Hey,
Derek.
Anissa, we
Anissa's
miss
our
you so
fourth Heathen.
much.
Oh.
And yeah, we do miss you. Next time you're coming with us, right?
You
cool,
are so
great.
coming to Wild Goose next year. Start planning.
Hans is up for some original music. What a surprise, Hans. You want original songs? How unusual.
Guess what? It's your night, Hans.
Hans, you buckle up, buddy, because we got some stuff for you. Who's going to start this little round? Shall we start with our guest, do you think?
Why not?
Are you ready?
Are you prepared? We can
kick it
stall.
off.
We can vamp.
Oh, I will.
Yeah,
Great.
go for
Awesome.
it.
I'd be
He's
happy
going to take it. I love it.
I'd be happy to.
Beautiful.
Ladies and gentle thems, we would like to bring to the stage Derek Webb.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, it's a pleasure. I'm gonna play like a song and a half,
All
but
right.
it goes by
Great.
really fast. It
I
goes
love
by
it.
really fast.
We're not worried.
Actually, I don't need that. All right, hey, thanks everybody out there for coming. Thanks for having me. Thanks for letting me crash the party. It's good to see you guys, all of you people. I love you. Thank you. It's my pleasure to.
They say hi and yay.
Hi.
Yay. They'll say more hi and yay in 20 seconds.
Great. Well, here's another story about the invisible night. The elephant in the room trumpeting these lies. The slow hate, the hesitating voices in the dark. Here's another story about the invisible white. Really gotta stop talking and meeting like this. There's a better way coming, and we both know what it is. And it's a hard sell, the ringing bell, and you're licking your lips. Really gotta stop talking and thinking like kids. This is the end. This is the end. It's just the end. This is my murder trial, and I'm gonna testify that I'll love you to the very end, the very end, the very end. Cross my heart, hope to die. You are my firefly, and I'll love you to the very end, the very end, the very end. You are the anti-curse, death going in reverse, and I'll love you to the very end, the very end, the very end.
Beautiful. You are the anti-curse, he said.
We,
That was so nice.
I love that we start with the very end.
The
That was
very end.
beautiful.
I mean, where else would you start?
Yeah, why start?
You use your magic wand.
That's from which album?
A record called The Ringing Bell.
Yeah.
Ringing Bell.
Yeah.
The opening tracks, ironically, the
Uh-huh.
end and the very end.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Love it.
I feel like we
Thank
should do
you.
that, that TikTok trend where it's like you're talking to your younger self. And we should be like, but younger self, college self. You'll be sitting on a front porch in Nashville with Derek Webb talking about deconstruction in like 20
in a
years.
skirt.
It'll be fine. It's all going to work out in the end.
Oh, college Matthew would
And
not
I'll be
make
like,
it through that revelation.
Younger self, it's okay. You'll be singing this song someday when you don't believe more than half of what's in it.
Yeah.
But you sing it because you assign new meaning emotionally to it in the moment.
Yep.
Because you're with people you love,
And
it's,
somehow
yeah.
it all belongs.
And it all belongs.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yep. I love it.
I mean, speaking of you've got a lot going on right now. You've a lot of changes in life. Is there anything you want to talk about? I'm curious.
I'll spit my ice out.
I'm sorry.
No.
I didn't see you
spit
take that
nice
in.
on
I didn't see you
the
imbibe
audio.
that.
I mean, I don't want to dominate our time or conversation.
You're our special guest.
We
We're
want you to.
excited to chat a little
Oh,
bit
well,
with you. Yeah.
well, here's what I will say, because we have a great mutual friend
Yeah.
with whom I have things going on that are unusual. Josh Scott, who's the pastor of Grace Point Church here in Nashville. And Josh,
Hi,
and
Josh.
the tall gentleman, the tall drink of water that we were talking about before. And so here in my, another thing I could not have imagined, speaking to my younger self, is that I would be in year 8 on the other side of identifying as an evangelical believer anymore and taking a position at a church.
Yep.
There's only one church in Nashville that this would have made sense to do this, and it's Grace Point Church. And because they are like in all the same kind of trouble I would imagine Jesus would be in, the historical man.
Yeah.
Taking on all the social consequences of the people who they radically welcome, including themselves, every single one of us. And it's just like a place where they hold such complication together and such abstract space for everyone to be able to come and be wherever they are,
Yep.
on their way up or down, in and out of the thing. And because while I'm not necessarily preoccupied anymore about invisible, unknowable things, God and the future, I'm very preoccupied still with how to love my neighbor well, and people who are dramatically affected in bad ways by the things that the church does. And so when I find a church that's doing things to upset every one of those conventions, I want to come be a wind in the sails.
Yeah.
And that's what Josh is doing. That's what Grace Point's been doing for a long time.
Yep.
And so I'm thrilled to be like part of that community and working with that
awesome.
community now. So it's a really interesting thing.
Yes. I
Yeah.
mean, we relate pretty hard because we're arguably the only church in San Diego that I would ever go to
Yes.
for the
Right.
exact same reasons.
Yep.
you
Yes.
just said.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's right.
The trouble that we're in,
That's it.
the ability to be there without having to, check off a credo, a checklist.
That's exactly right.
Those kinds of things. So,
That
yeah.
that one comment on our YouTube live stream that's like, this is the weirdest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That's why we're like,
Yeah.
yep, thank you.
If this is church, then maybe I can start going again.
We'll be here all night.
We'll be here all night.
The weird
In fact,
shit you
our
want.
pastor was this week on the front of a magazine, and the article was all about what's life after, like evangelism, life after church. And there was an ad for like a cannabis store right overlaying the front cover. I just loved
Welcome
Yeah.
to San Diego.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Josh says he has a ministry of tallness.
He does have a ministry of tallness.
It's an
He
important
does,
service.
he does it effortlessly.
Yeah, thank you. That's your spiritual gift. You've got many others, but that's a good one.
Well, I mean, in that vein, I feel like It All Belongs is like the song we should do
All right.
now.
Oh, please
because
do that.
that's right.
So we
Please
wrote a
do
song
that.
about this conversation.
Kate helped us.
Kate
our
helped
pastor actually helped big time, right?
Kate was preaching a sermon, giving a talk, ranting a rant, loving a love, whatever it is that she does. And she was doing it. And I was frantically looking for a pencil. So we're in we did the last Sunday of every month in the chapel at this Lutheran church that we're using. They've got this beautiful chapel, but we're all real triggered when we go inside. So
Yes.
once a month is like the most we could handle. And we're like, okay, but they've got air conditioning, so we'll go in. And she was up there like at the pulpit, which is weird,
Yeah.
doing this sermon. And I was frantically just taking notes because she was preaching a song while
Yep.
she was doing this. We're like, we
Wow.
gotta turn this in. So
And you
it's-
grabbed it.
Yeah, it took no time at all to flip it around because she
Love it.
basically wrote it for us.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
You good, Ben?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never sung the song sitting down. We'll see how this goes.
I know, right?
Sunday mornings held me in these walls. I can still smell the coffee in the halls. Safe in a place they kept for me. Home in the space of my sure belief. And I was told to give you what I know. Lead you in the way that you should go. Love what remains It took years to tie the truth around my fingers. Salvage all these sparks out of the cinders. Turning over tables for the love I couldn't leave. Little one, here's what I believe. You'll miss what you had to lose. You crave the last thing you choose. And once or twice you'll get it right. For every time you get it wrong, somehow it all belongs. Somehow it all belongs.
You will find the beauty in the light, the captivating shadow in the sunshine. Cold in your bones
Is the fire
burns. Less than you are.
is the way we learn. And I will tie all these truths around your fingers. Help you find the sparks among the cinders. I will turn over tables to defend the space for you to find your own way. You break what you try to keep. Come awake when you're fast asleep. The rhythm and the melody, the silence and the song. Somehow it all belongs. Somehow it all belongs. There'll be grace on grace on grace on grace. There'll be grace on grace on grace. There will be grace on grace on grace. There will be grace. You'll pray like there's someone there. Learn to bend what you can't repair. And God, I hope you rock the boat till the river sways along. Somehow it all belongs. Somehow it all belongs.
Thanks, Kate.
Good one, Kate.
Good work, Kate. Oh, man. That was neat. Okay, now we need another neat segue. Ben, you start. Go ahead.
Oh boy.
Set
Well, the
Play
only-
Me Up for the song she hasn't decided she's going to sing yet.
I've decided.
Well, I think one of the things that I absolutely love, and kind of going off kind of what you said earlier about kind of not sure what you believe and being okay with that.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's where I'm finding myself for the first time in my life. I think I spent like the first half of my life breakneckingly pursuing like God and truth as if I was somehow going to find it, and it was with this desperation that kind of meant I was turning myself inside out and twisting myself into boxes that didn't fit.
Yeah.
And I find myself in a place where I'm just kind of like, I just don't know, and I'm actually kind of fine, and I'm not sprinting anymore. I'm realizing this is kind of a marathon, and you change your mind another maybe like 300 times, and you just work it out as you go. You're in the moment. You're not. I think somehow with the Christian faith, whether caught in the past with our regrets, our sin, our guilt, and all that shit that follows us like a black dog, or we're just looking towards some kind of utopia, future, kingdom, heaven, whatever it is. And we're not really taught to be present, just not taught to just be here and be here now. So that's the thing that I'm kind of obsessed with. And the thing that I love that you're doing right now is writing this record in real time in front of people, which just is fucking baller as far as I'm concerned. Congratulations. It's been such a crazy last couple of months, but I can't wait to become a patron because I just want to see it. I want to see it happen. I think it's amazing.
Oh, I really appreciate it. It felt like the only way to do it.
Yeah.
It's like if I was going to reapproach a thing and look at it fresh, it felt like because I've typically been very super private and protective during all the creative the songwriting. I know when my best friends don't hear the songs till I've obsessed over every last bit of punctuation and but so to write it live and with a safe group of people with folks who really get me and support me and kind of know me, it's been crazy. It's been it's worked so far.
Yeah.
It's, I'm gonna play maybe a couple new songs.
Yeah.
Yay.
I've only seen like
It
the
means a
snippets.
lot. It means
Yeah.
a lot, man. I
Yeah.
really appreciate it.
Oh, Dan.
He's not lying. He talks about it all the time.
Yeah.
He's like,
It really
I think
means
it's
a
so
lot.
cool. That's so cool.
Because
Dan
my
just
obsession
asked.
is with the co-writer and is with being in the room with people and just kind of vibing off that moment.
Yep.
I feel like some of the most amazing things, like it's like the sum of, I'm going to get the thing wrong, but like the whole is greater than the sum of the parts.
yep.
Like somehow like get a couple of people in the room and you write something, you're like, where did that come from?
Yes.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't even sound like all the people that are sitting there
Right.
together, but you write something
You
different.
don't know where it came from.
So
Yeah, one of my favorite things about it, I was talking to a songwriter friend of mine about it, and he pointed this thing out that I hadn't thought about that's really kind of beautiful. He was saying that like, and you all will understand this, but when you got a song you've written and you perform it or you talk about it, and you'll think to yourself, you'll think back to the moments when you came up with it, and maybe when you first performed it, and you'll have those memories of like, oh, I remember when I first wrote that song. I remember when where was I? I remember where I was, and you'll have these memories. And he's like, it's really weird because you're going to have these memories, and so are like 500 other people.
yeah.
Like who were maybe watching while you did it. Like
Yep.
they were there too.
Yeah.
They're going to have the memory of the minute that song just showed up.
Yep.
Of like you just kind of fumbled into that chorus or whatever. And it's weird to be sharing those memories with other people now.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a weird experience or whatever. That they could someday like be in the room
Yep.
and playing it, and they were there too.
Wow.
That's wild.
And I've never imagined how that could be possible. And
Right.
it's like, here we are in 2021.
I
And the
love
power of that, the power of shared memory, I think, as humans is
I agree.
wild. I think for years I've kind of preached this gospel of where people are the process, not people are the product, to all
That's
my
right.
artist friends. But then you went and did this, I was like, oh shit, that's a level I have not
New
gone to,
level.
and that scares me a little bit. But I think that's great because as people who are just trying to unravel this stuff,
Yeah.
like trying to show people that messy stuff, I think is actually like part of the
That's really
discipline.
what it is.
And I think as Christians, we've showed the shiny like product for years and years
Yeah.
and years,
Yeah, yeah.
rather than the messiness. And I think the scriptures are full of messy stories.
Absolutely. If there's any art to it, it's the people who get to see the thing get made
Yeah.
and come out fumbling and watch what like the piece of crap it is initially, and then how it slowly turns into something
Yeah.
releasable or singable or whatever. And you're right, like that's so it's like that small group of people are gonna be the ones who really get the experience of what it is.
Yeah.
And then when it's all polished, then anybody else can listen to it or whatever.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Rob Schrader's here, and they say, and then there's the memories that we, the listeners, have experiencing those songs. It's a
Yeah.
thing, and the Holy speaks through it all. That's rad.
That is rad.
The whole and also the messier, the better. Is the,
I agree,
the comment there.
Definitely.
Also, can I talk about how much I love our people here? Because while y'all are talking, like Mercy says, David McCracken, official Heathen, and David's like, if that title doesn't come with a sash, then I might be disappointed. I feel like flaming out. And then like Hans pops in, they have merch. And I'm
I
like,
was gonna say that should be like patron reward
right?
goods.
Like,
Should
we
have
don't
a
have to do any work
sashes.
anymore. Y'all
No
have.
one has sash merch. We
You
could be
guys-
the first.
They're handling our marketing for us now, though. Like we don't have to do it.
We met David
thing.
McCracken at Wild
I
Goose just days
know.
ago.
It
which
was
is
the
absolutely wonderful
loveliest.
to now be like official friends on the internet, and yeah, it's fantastic.
I love that the internet is what makes it
Well,
official,
no,
not
it's
the fact
it's
that
official that
we
we've met in real life, and now that we actually like
right.
know.
It's like double
David.
verified. It's
Yeah.
like-
yes, exactly.
We certify you a real human.
that's right. Yeah, that's
You're
right.
not a bot. Congratulations. You want to tell us the truth about something?
Sure.
All right.
Ooh, yeah.
I figured we were gonna have a lot of like deconstruction-y, serious songs and stuff tonight, so I opted against picking one of those, and I thought I'd just pick the one it's kind of like your. I'm married now, as you can see my gorgeous wedding ring,
That's
pineapple wedding ring.
So not your wedding ring. Sorry.
Um,
Sorry. I thought we were telling the truth.
but back when I was dating, you have to figure out how to sell yourself to people a little bit, and I don't know. I guess this was my attempt at that. So here we go. Let me tell you honestly that I do tell lies. There's nobody I hate and just a few I despise. I'm a really good listener till you realize that everything you're saying makes me roll my eyes.
It's painful.
I got the demeanor of a goddamn saint. I'm happy to help out until I suddenly ain't. I never act ugly unless I get hungry. And let's face it, I am hungry every second of the day. I'm kinda hungry right now. You'll never find someone who's more self-aware unless you look anywhere else. No one will ever know a love as big as the love I have for myself. I never make it easy, but I just might be what you didn't know you need. So if you feel lucky, take a chance on me. Gotta remember to breathe in this song.
In a corset.
I do not make promises I cannot keep, so everything's a maybe, we'll have to wait and see. If you throw a party, I might come, but I'm sorry, I will never share the status of my RSVP. Where's that maybe button?
Sure you're not a 7?
Well, I'm a patient lover unless I finish first, and I expect you to finish me if the roles are reversed. I maintain the mystery of my sexual history, cause both of my exes might tell you I am the worst. Oh, I scrolled too soon. I could be everything you're dreaming of if all of your dreams are nightmares. Ask anyone, they'll say I'm the perfect catch if you like making lots of repairs. You're feeling just a little bored, what are you waiting for? I might be the missing key, so if you feel lucky, take a chance on me. Yeah, 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 yeah. I know there might be one or two things I could improve, like that funny looking mole that I should probably remove. But if you haven't heard it, baby, nobody's perfect. So besides your self-respect, what have you got to lose?
Nothing.
Well, life's not a teenage TV show with all your wildest dreams are in reach. If you're having trouble finding your AC Slater, would you maybe settle for Screech? Well, you never know where a road might go. Could be better than where you've been. So if you feel reckless, take me for a spin. You might feel disinclined, but just keep in mind there are no guarantees. So if you feel lucky, take a chance on me. Yeah, yeah. Take a chance on me.
Rob is pleased. I'll take a chance on you anytime you dress like strawberry shortcake.
Oh, thank you. Okay. That's what it does for you.
That's it.
That's what does it for you.
for
Cool.
me. Is
All right.
Strawberry shortcake.
Good to know. Do you hear that, Ben? Your wife?
Yeah.
Child
Speaking
of the
prophecy
80s.
right now?
Listen, it's going to be what it's
She
going
buys
to be.
me, shirts with fruit on it all the
Fruity,
time,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I understand that. Yeah.
Apparently, we're discovering a fetish I did not know I had. We're learning in real
In
time.
real time.
It's
Woo,
happening.
and
You
it's
never know what's going to happen on
strawberries.
Heathen Happy Hour, folks.
I love that we're on the internet as we discover these things. You know, it's funny that you mentioned that life is not a teenage TV show because my daughter's father is Noel. And then Noel and I didn't work out. We got divorced. And we're lovely friends to this day. He's a wonderful human. But I wound up with Ben, which is straight out of Felicity, 100%. And then Ben's last name happened to be Gilmore, and he made a Gilmore Girl out of me.
Yeah.
So listen, the deal is my life is a teenage TV show. So
Lucky you. Not a screech in sight.
no, Area 1 just lived right into my WB fantasies, and here we are. So it was nice. Thanks, Ben, for making all my WB
Oh,
dreams
my
come
pleasure.
true.
All right, enough of this
Enough.
nonsense. Let's throw it back to Derek.
you.
How can is it always? It couldn't possibly always be this good. I mean, is it always this good?
This thing.
We've been we live together, so we've been in pandemic together. So
I mean, this is all
it
we
is
do.
not
You've been like-
always this good.
Oh, I was gonna say. I thought you were gonna say we've been accidentally working bits out in real time, like
I mean that.
like the next day at breakfast. Tighten up that response. Like I think if you got it a little quicker.
We're like an old married throuple.
Anissa says this got weird, and then she says it's always this weird. So there you go.
Love it. Wow. Yeah. Shall I play another?
Yes, please.
So I'm gonna play. I'll play a new song. I told, so I've been sending, just a few friends I've been sending new songs to as I finish them, and Josh is one of those friends, and as I was coming here, he texted me and asked me what new song I might play, and I told him I might play this one, and so I'm playing it for Josh.
Listen up, Josh.
So listen up. And this is, I haven't played it, but maybe one other time, so I'll do my very best to remember it. But anyway, I'm sure I'll be fine. But this is a song that, maybe I should say really briefly that, so the new record I'm working on, that I'm writing, what we were talking about, it's called The Jesus Hypothesis. And it's essentially what I think I learned was that when I went through what we'll call a deconstruction, an audit of all of the presumptions I had about the way the world works, about 7 or 8 years ago, it turns out maybe that the problem wasn't that I deconstructed so much as that I didn't deconstruct enough. Because what I've now learned is, so I had all these friends would tell me whenever we'd have conversations about theology and Christianity and whatever it is, that, and I hate categories, but I'll use a few for shorthand for the sake of our time. They would say, they thought it fascinating that I would immediately get into a gear where I was like, they told me I sounded like a reformed agnostic. Because it's like, you don't seem to have a dog in the fight, but as soon as you get into your Christian lane, your Christian gear, you're full, which I was. That was like I studied, and probably a lot of people are recovering out of that, too. And that was kind of my tradition, what I studied. And I realized, maybe... And so there's a song on the new record that I'm not about to play that's called "Some Gods Deserve Atheists." And the idea being, sometimes you have to kill false gods to find real gods. If there are real gods to be found, we have to kill the false ones first. And so I was like, I need to go and what I was doing with an axe, I need to do with a scalpel next. I need to destroy the god of my making and really pull that thing down. And so what I realized is most of the blame is on Paul. So there's a song that I've written for the new record as I try to look at Paul and imagine, here's a guy, he wrote most of the New Testament. He's responsible for almost all of the theology in the Bible, in the New Testament. Most of what came out of Jesus' mouth were ethics, and Paul gave us all of our systematic theology. And he was a guy who arguably maybe never actually met Jesus. Luke tells us that he did, but Paul never tells us firsthand that he ever ran into Jesus on the road to Damascus or anything. That Paul never tells that story. But the point is that I'm imagining here's a guy who was trying to make the new church thing work. He was writing letters to other churches, trying to encourage them, trying to help them out. I wonder if he knew that these things would be so intensely scrutinized thousands of years, and that they would at some point carry the weight of the infallible, inerrant word of the Lord, capital L, capital O, capital R, capital D, and it's like, you wonder if he might have just taken a beat and written, and because he's kind of vulnerable in some of them, and so I had this thought, and this is what you'll hear in this song, is I wonder if Paul had loved himself a little more, if it would have saved a lot of people in the church a lot of grief about themselves, because they would not have projected his view, his self-hatred onto themselves. Maybe we could have avoided that. And I don't know, I'm speculating. It's a hypothesis. It's a Jesus hypothesis. And so, but I'm trying to go easy, and so I'm calling this song Sympathy for Paul. Sympathy for Paul.
I need some of
Give it my best shot. I've talked longer than the song is. So I should have just played it. Hey Paul, it's not that I don't believe your story, that you saw the Lord appearing in all his glory, and you fell down at his feet in the middle of the street, and then you couldn't see for a week. But say Paul, you wonder would it scandalize you if you saw how everyone has canonized you, like every word you said was on God's own letterhead, and his spirit was caught in your throat. And now every Pharisee must die eventually by every word you wrote. Paul. But hey, Paul, brother, don't misunderstand me. After all, we're so alike that it's uncanny. We've said so many words about a man we've only heard about, but we never seen his face. And we're both running from the man that we'd become before we changed our names. Paul, you're still killing us, Paul. You're still killing us, Paul. You're still killing us. So hey, Paul, if you could see, would you regret it? How the law made you see yourself as wretched? Would it break your heart to know that your church won't marry folks whose love is seen as a thorn? Because maybe you never knew that Jesus was loving you exactly the way you were born. Paul, by accident or not, you're still killing us, Paul. Maybe it breaks your heart. You're still killing us, Paul. Brother, do you hear us crying out? You're still killing us.
Did you get all three of us? Or are we all okay?
Yeah, we're not okay over here. Just not okay.
I did not wear the waterproof mascara, Derek. Come on. Oh my
All
God.
three. That's
Holy
my.
shit.
The whole thing is just as good as the snippets I know.
Oh,
Well,
you
now
guys,
that the
thank
Heathens
you.
have done
I
the
love
plug
it
for
so
us, we
much.
should do the plug for Derek and say, get on his Patreon,
Oh,
guys.
you guys.
Watch the rest of it. Like that.
my
That
God.
alone is the price of entrance. That's
Thank
that's
you.
why I've been meaning to get on because I'm like,
Dude,
oh my
thank
God.
you for that.
Yeah.
Pleasure
That
to
one-
play it with and for you guys.
That one
gorgeous.
means so
Thank
much
you.
to me because I got a bone to pick with Paul. I always have. He's
Honest to God.
Yeah.
he's been and he's been really the target of so much of my anger. Like I have just sort of just let him be the scapegoat for
That's
most
why I
of my
called it
stuff.
Sympathy. I was like,
I
I gotta
love
remind
it.
myself to go easy on him.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
sure he
love
intended
it.
any of this. I
Yeah.
don't know
Yeah,
if he saw
imagine
it.
if 200 years from now or 2,000 years from now,
If any of
your
us-
songs
yeah.
were
We're
the
scrutinized
text.
as the infallible
God,
word
can
of
you
the
And it's
Lord.
like, well, Derek had it right in the year of our Lord, you know.
It would wreak havoc in
2021.
everybody's lives, just like Paul's words are in
Yeah.
ours. I mean,
Please, dear God, no. Like,
Yeah.
that's my nightmare. Like, that's
Yeah.
what I feel like I say all the time is like, don't follow me, don't follow me, don't follow me.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
most of the time, the shit that I write is just stuff that I need to hear.
Yep.
that's exactly right.
Like, I'm just trying to, like, mother myself into some sort of semblance of, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, okayness.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Man, I can't imagine. And I love that perspective so much.
Yeah.
That's
love it.
exactly what there was a session at Wild Goose over the weekend where Semler and Jennifer Knapp kind of did a in the round, and they both just kind of got to that point where they're like, yeah, we were just, especially when they were talking about some of Jennifer's old stuff, she was like, I was just working my shit out.
Absolutely.
I didn't ask for all of this like level of notoriety or scrutiny or
100%.
any of it.
Yeah.
And
authority,
it
any
was-
of it.
Yeah.
the authority.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
She's like, I was in my 20s working my shit out.
Yeah, that's right.
Like any of us do. I just happen to do it as an artist through music.
And if she had been in the folk music genre, no problem.
Yeah, that's right.
But the fact that she was a young woman in the
CCM.
Christian music genre,
Yeah.
Yep. There
Man.
it is. There it
Huge.
is.
that's it.
And I told you this already, but just so it's on record in case Semler comes for me later, I was tasked to tell you how much they love you. and
yes.
Well,
Semler adores
just-
you.
Yeah.
I found Grace's music by way of a mutual friend maybe a couple of years ago, and I've been a huge fan since, cheering her on and following everything.
extraordinary.
And to have watched her like ascension into her power in the last year or 18 months or whatever it's been has been like thrilling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like hers is the voice that
Yeah.
we so desperately need. Like
Yeah.
I want to play, and I am gonna play her music from my daughter. I mean, like
Yeah.
I want, that is the language right there. Everything
Yeah.
she's saying, Oh my God, I'm such a fan.
It's beautiful.
I love what she's doing. I love her bravery and her voice. I just hope she appreciates the season she's in when it seems to be coming so easily. because she's so prolific. Like it's just songs
all the time.
Songs pour out of her, and something will happen on Twitter or on Instagram, and then she'll come out with this new song that's like just a bull in a china shop, and I'm like, it would have taken me years to write that song, and you wrote it in like 8 days since that tweet.
Beautiful.
Anyway, she's incredible.
Well, and can we talk about like
absolute hero?
Comedic timing is not a thing that many people have, and like it's masterful to watch her do her thing. It's
and to
my
do
favorite.
comedic timing in sync with like a rhythm
Right.
that you're playing to.
And it's like ha ha, and then boom,
It's
right in the
amazing.
gut.
And then like a minute later, you're absolutely sobbing.
It's perfect.
How does she do it?
One,
Anyway,
two, boom.
I'm so glad. Thank you for bringing up
There's
these
a
great
whole love
people.
fest for you.
And
we
this
we love.
concludes the Semler fangirling portion of the evening.
The Nashville gathering of the Semler fan club.
It might come back around.
National chapter.
Someone takes
Sometimes
minutes
it
of the
does.
meeting and we'll adjourn.
Story and Tune have a song for us?
Yeah, we should do. I think after that.
Derek,
go ahead.
we're like 8 bands
Andrew,
between the three of us. That's the
Oh yeah.
that's
Yeah,
the
47 different
that's our
bands.
fun
I mean,
little
honestly,
joke. These two have a thing. The three of us do a thing.
Everything
Yeah, so
all
it's-
of you are doing is blowing my mind as beautiful as.
Oh,
Wow.
and Anissa, I'm glad you asked. Anissa just asked if Abbie was joining us, and Abbie couldn't make
right,
it
we
last
didn't
minute.
address
She had a
this.
kind
I'm
of
so
a.
sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. She had another thing come up,
She
but
had a thing that came up.
I
But
am
I'm here representing us.
I am
Yeah.
the biggest Abbie fan, ever. Abbie and I have been connected on Instagram for a while, and I just adore her. So someday
She
we're gonna get in her room.
adores you.
We're
Too.
gonna have a
She's
mutual
constantly reading your
adoration.
poetry out loud in our house.
I love
and
it.
it makes
There's-
our house a better place.
How exciting is
The
that?
first time she commented on something, I was like, "Oh my god, we're gonna be
Well,
friends."
she's doing the real hard work. I'll tell you.
yeah, she's in it.
She
She's in
builds
it. Well, we
good
love her
Trojan
so.
horses.
Yeah.
It's one of these days we're gonna
Yeah.
all be in a room together. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna come back and just like hang out in Nashville for
Honestly,
months on
please.
end. Like,
Honestly,
we're gonna
please.
fake live here. It's gonna be great.
Good. Okay.
Okay, so I think we should sing "Boat" after
Okay.
that because
Great.
it kind of is. It sort of is. We can trace a thread through. This is a song we wrote because so many of our friends and ourselves at different points in our life have had to kind of make that impossible decision to set a boundary between us and a family member, or them and a family member, or a friend, or an institution, or a religion, or whatever, in order to be wholly and fully and completely who you are. So many of you have had to set that boundary and have had to have that hard conversation and have had to say, I can't stay here. I love you, and I can't stay. And we wanted to write a love song. It's not an anthem, it's a love song. We wanted to write a love song to the courage of that and the ache of it. So this song is called Building a Boat.
'Cause I am tired of treading water, as I have begged you not to drown, as I can't swim out any further, as I can only hear the sound of the waves that break and of my worst mistake. You should know I hate to go, but I am building a boat, I am leaving a land plate, I am aiming for home, I'm hoping we'll find it. There is room for two, there's a place for you. But you were always raging rivers, you go storming at the sea, the rain your hurricanes deliver. My love, it's killing me. We were all lost, and I will count the cost. You should know I hate to go, but I am building a boat, I am leaving a land plate, I am aiming for home, I'm hoping we'll find it. There is room for two. There's a place for you. But I am building a boat, I am leaving a land place, I am aiming for home, I'm hoping we'll find it. There is room for two. There's a place for you. But I am building a boat. You should know I hate to go.
Thanks, Peter.
Wow, dude.
Love that one.
I should mention, while like Karen's not singing the lead on vote, she wrote all the lyrics for those last two songs we've sung so far. So you're essentially the
Thanks,
lead.
Ben.
Yeah. Well, I just don't want people to be like, is Karen gonna?
What's Karen doing?
You know.
The greatest privilege of my life, because I am not a musician in that I don't play an instrument to any capacity where I could write something, and it is the absolute greatest magic trick privilege of my entire existence that I am surrounded by talented musicians, and I can just show up and be like, here, and then they go, look, we'll do this and it'll be pretty, and I'm like, oh, I couldn't do it alone. It is there is nothing luckier in the world than me in that situation.
Well,
It's the
whatever
best
you're doing is working.
thing. It's the
I mean,
best.
There's some magic
It's the
there,
best.
right?
There,
It's
yes.
It's
just-
the best thing.
And I'll just say, I mean, there's some magic right here.
Oh,
I'll
he's
just.
incredible.
I mean, because
Yeah.
not only you don't know, you don't need to know how the sausage is made when it comes to these sorts of programs, but I mean, he was like running frantically to make every bit of this work and make it all sound right and taking care of everybody, and then sat down and immediately started effortlessly performing.
Yep.
I don't personally understand it.
No.
But
he's a whole thing in a box. The whole thing in
honestly,
one box.
anyway,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I'm
When
done.
when
I'm
we
done
play
for
out
now.
in San Diego, Ben does everything, and I like stand and snap and like sing back up and do some things and sling boots and everything. And Ben's like playing 6 instruments and jumping up and down and like
And just
balancing
making
this
it
out.
look easy.
Yeah,
Are
just
girls
piece of
learning
cake.
the auto harp?
I am.
Come on.
I am learning the auto harp. I'm gonna
What
be.
a cool instrument, though.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
rad.
Please
Yeah.
tell me you're serious.
I'm gonna
Oh,
be.
absolutely.
yeah,
Okay, good, good, good.
Absolutely.
Because we want to be, Johnny Cash and June Carter. That's the
Right, that's the thing. We got like a vintage country.
You should
thing.
also get a what's the electronic one? The Casio Omnichord.
Oh
the
yeah,
Omnichord.
yeah.
Where it's got the little digital plate you strum and you push the buttons and
Oh,
it's
I love it.
beautiful.
I saw
it's
the
beautiful.
chicks using one of those, so now
It's
I'm
really,
into
really
it.
cool,
So,
really
like,
cool.
Anything Natalie does, I
Okay,
wanna
sorry.
do as well. No, okay, well, we're gonna go.
Okay,
down
and we're
it.
back. And we're back.
Hey, hi.
Hi, we forgot you were there. Sorry. We love you.
I also love how we've been joined by nature. Like nature
Oh,
has
yeah.
joined
Yeah,
us.
the lawnmowers have left. The cicadas have come. Are the cicadas or katydids? Both.
Can y'all hear
Cicadas.
Nashville? Can you hear it?
Cicadas.
Can you hear it at home? I don't know if you
We
can.
hope you
I
can. It's
hope
actually
you
kind of
can.
charming.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's gorgeous.
It's a beautiful
We're on a
thing.
porch in Nashville with the cicadas.
Yeah, I love it.
What you want to do now?
Are we doing a wide open next? I guess it's Undamned, right?
Let's
Oh,
do
right.
it. We'll do a cover in the middle of our
Yeah.
round. But we really like this one.
This is
do.
It's really simple. If you feel like
Oh, okay.
contributing.
Yeah.
Come on in.
I would,
Insanely.
sure. I'll prepare.
It's an Over the Rhine song. I'm sure you know that. My favorite band. I adore them
Absolutely.
to death. And they actually had their Nowhere Else festival this past weekend as well. Same weekend as Wild Goose. Or if I could be in two places, I would have.
And my friend Nikki Lerner sang with them on stage this last festival. Got up and sang All My Favorite People Broken, which is one of our
And
favorite
killed
songs.
it. She was
And I
amazing.
I was just
Such a
like
great
weeping
song.
in bed as I was watching the video.
Unbelievable.
That's awesome. All right, so this one's by Over the Rhine. It's called Undamned. Sometimes all we believe turns out to be just a scam, just trying to get my world, get it undamned. It's been my life long. song will take me just 1,000 lost souls.
Far too many, they just got away.
I've done 1,000 things wrong.
Far too many for me to name.
But I'm not too far gone to fall headlong into the arms that love me. But don't count me out just yet. I'm not your little lost lamb. God might still get my world, get it undone. I've got 1,000 lost songs.
Far too many, they just got away.
I've done 1,000 things wrong.
Far too many for me to name.
I'm not too far gone to fall headlong into the arms that love me. Yeah, got 1,000 lost songs.
Far too many, they just got away.
I've done 1,000 things wrong.
Far too many for me to name.
But I'm not too far gone to fall headlong into the arms that love me. No, I'm not too far gone to fall headlong into the arms that love me. Just love that tune.
Yeah. She does that on that song, and then we all go. Uh,
We're all just groaning after every song.
every single time. Every time you sing that, doesn't matter where we are. I'm like,
When people ask us, like, well, what are you singing? Like, deconstructed progressive churches. I'm like, well, songs like that.
Yeah.
If you dare.
Yeah.
mostly
Oh my
over
God.
the Rhine and Pink songs. It's
That's true. That is fact right there.
what we do.
We did a Gaga song a couple of weeks
Yeah,
ago.
we've done a
Nice.
bunch
of
Which
stuff.
one? Do you remember?
I hope it was paparazzi.
I wish Ricky was here
Can't
and he would
lie,
sing it for us.
can't
I what was it? It's see now of course I had to run my
Edge
big
of
mouth.
Glory.
It was
What else have we
Oh,
done?
it's Born This Way. We did Born This Way.
Oh, fuck
fantastic.
yes.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, it was beautiful.
Million Reasons could work in our church.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What a great song. God.
Oh, she's so good.
Anyway.
Yeah, pretty much everything Pink writes, we're like, oh yeah, that's a church song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a church
What's
song.
her
too.
What's her background?
Who knows? But whatever she's doing, she's our
Well,
patron
well,
saint.
when you watch the documentary recently, they get around and do a prayer circle before the show,
Yeah.
and they offer up like thanks to the divine.
Yeah, she's
And-
got
yeah,
something
but
going
like
on.
loosely. Yeah.
That's cool.
She's one of us. She's a heathen. Pink, you're a heathen. We'll get you a sash. Don't you worry. I don't know where we're making these sashes, but apparently we're doing it. So we're on
It
it.
was said on the internet, so it's a fact now.
That's what happens. That's how we get in all kinds of trouble. All right, let's see. Derek, you got one more for us?
Yeah,
We're gonna come up to Callow's bedtime here in no
Okay,
time at all.
yep.
So we're gonna be mindful of that, but we got time for at least a couple more.
Okay, yeah. I'm just feeling. I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna pick it up a little
Yeah,
Cool.
do
Nice.
that.
bit. And this is another one that I think maybe I haven't played either. This is another new song, and I hope I remember how to play. Why do I always say that? I always hope. Of course, I hope I'm gonna remember how to play the song.
And you're gonna
That goes
you're
without
gonna
saying.
do it. It's gonna be great.
When they're new, it doesn't matter because.
Oh, Brian Sergio's here. Hi, Brian.
Brian.
Okay. I need a drink. But so this is a song that actually came. I don't mean to keep name dropping Josh Scott, but
He's our favorite. Cohen's the only one we like to name drop more than Josh.
That's exactly right. Cohen. But Josh and I, we stumbled onto this metaphor, and we just could. Neither of us could get away from it. We couldn't stop using it, and it was and I probably initially told him some story of when I was probably 20s, and I had friends who went over to the Holy Land and the tours and the whole deal. And I remember hearing the story, and maybe somebody made this up, but the story as I remember it was that they had this little hole in the ground somewhere where they believed this was maybe the place where Jesus was buried. This was maybe the tomb, and it checks all the boxes and that sort of thing. And maybe at some point they realized, no, it couldn't have been, but the point was there was a minute where they thought it could be, and then what happened is, very rapidly what happened was somebody there was smart enough to hold people away from it, and they built a little shop in front of it. And you had to come into the shop to get to the door in the back that went to the little hole in the ground where maybe something did or didn't happen.
Right.
But they were smart to build a little business around it.
Sure.
Create a little supply and demand, and I remember thinking, that's kind of like, it feels so much like maybe what the church has mostly done.
Yeah.
Is like we've built the gift shop around the little hole in the ground where maybe something happened, but the trick is to never let anyone through the back door to see what's really going on in that little hole. Let's just keep them occupied in the lobby, in the gift shop. That's where we land. That's where we live. Yeah. And it just feels like so much of what we're doing in churches is like we're just hanging out in the gift shop. That's what we're doing, and that's our whole thing. And so I wrote this tune mostly for Josh because I just could not escape this metaphor. And it's up tempo. That's the main reason I'm playing that.
Pep it up.
All right, so. There was a hole in the ground where somebody found a spark they believed could light up the world. And soon the word it got out, and people circled around, and they swore that they could see the face of a girl. You love it when those tears roll down their cheeks. A little bit of hope behind a velvet robe, and a twinkle in the eye of a man, and then a dash of mystique till there's a line down the street. Oh, and you've got supply and demand. Pull the curtain back so they can't see. Oh, past the gift shop. Oh, the gift shop. Oh, when their praises ring, they learn the song they sing down at the gift shop. And now we gotta expand, grab a little more land, for today was born to us a business plan. We got a neon facade and a new parking lot. We got wax figurines of the Lamb, but they weren't made to stand up to the outside the gift shop. Oh, the gift shop. Oh, even wise men and kings get the gifts they bring down at the gift shop. But when the curtain was torn, oh, you know it wasn't to show that there was something there. Oh no, it's everywhere but the gift shop.
Even wise men and kings get the gifts they bring down at the gift shop. I guess you cannot hold something you do not own behind the gift shop. I guess you cannot hold something you do not own behind the gift shop. I guess you cannot hold something you do not own behind the gift shop. I guess you cannot hold something you do not own behind the gift shop.
I love that.
Thank you very much.
That was perfect.
Thanks. Okay.
Oh, God, that made me so happy. Shots have been fired, y'all. Listen up. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Ken says they have gold, frankincense, and myrrh on sale. Yeah. Peter says that he can see or hear this song in the Sister Act sequel.
Okay.
All right.
I receive it.
I can see a choir there.
receive
I can
that.
see a choir of nuns singing that song and doing
Gift shop. Yeah. Oh boy.
whoopies in the corner.
Why'd you have to say that?
I know. Now we got.
Now there's no way it's going to be
Listen.
anything other than that version.
We're in the middle of
Well,
watching
you know.
Jane the Virgin. I didn't see it the first time around, so Karen showed me Jane the Virgin, and I love that in that show where it actually deals with like faith in a really delicate and beautiful way. But the way she shows up at a Catholic school, and then sooner or later they're starting to kind of sell her to you can have a hug with Jane for money, and just like, ooh, isn't that what we've done with religion? It's so weird.
Yeah.
When you see it on the outside on the TV screen, you're like, that's weird shit right there.
And I don't think I realized until I was worked my way to the other side of it and could see it kind of in some objective way of like, how must this appear to people for whom this is not the presumption of how the world works?
Right.
This is nuts. It looks nuts, you
Yeah.
guys. The language, the code language we use is crazy.
We're all gonna come in a room and love on each other, and like, no.
I mean, it's like so much of it is so.
I do not consent.
My permission.
Please do not love on me.
At the same time, I think Christianity and capitalism are so in bed together that for many Americans, slipping into this system isn't that difficult.
No.
Slipping out the other side into kind of a different kind of thing is the difficult work.
Yeah, and like, how is it that the default how is it that you're put on the defensive as the one who doesn't believe that that reality works dependent on insane miracles?
Yep.
And it's like, how is it that the atheists and the agnostics are the ones who are somehow made to feel like the minorities and put
Right.
on the defense?
Ridiculous.
The ones who are like, but I think there might have been a logical way this all happened. No, it required tonking donkeys and virgin births and dead rising. And it's like, and I'm the one who has to prove my point? What are you talking about? This makes no sense. Like, in what rational, anyway. It's crazy,
I'm just
though.
saying that maybe like there could be some small kernel of evidence somewhere in the world that God was actually like active and involved.
I mean, anyway.
no.
It's that pit behind the gift shop.
That's what it is.
If you only had faith the size of a mustard seed,
Yeah.
those miracles would be happening all the
yeah.
time. Well, it's nothing like a good hearty
Okay, I didn't mean
dose
to
of
ruin
shame.
us. I didn't mean
Oh,
to ruin us.
no. This is where we live, my friend. We are happy here. All right, we got to get Lil Calla off to bed.
Yeah.
Andra, how are you feeling? Do we have time for one more? Is it okay? Andra has a little girl, and I have a little girl, so I'm always just like, and bedtime? Okay, it's bedtime. Cut it, guys. But, okay, we'll go one more. What do you guys got? Do we want to do?
I think y'all got hurricane.
We got a hurricane?
Oh, really?
We're going to end on hurricane, which feels a little off topic, but why not? We'll end on, actually, you know what? It's not off topic. I'm going to make us a transition. Here we go. Here's the deal.
Karen's about to do her thing.
Listen, heathens, first of all, I love you all so much, and you know it. Derek Webb, thank you so much.
A pleasure. Thank you, honestly,
for
for
joining us tonight.
just a joy to be with you.
You are an
And
absolute
in your
dream.
community, man. It means the world.
And thank you for being a middle walker in this space, for holding that tightrope, for holding the mysticism, for holding the question that is comfort and home and magic and also discomfort and disruption for us. And we are so grateful. I think I can speak for all of us. We're so grateful to have you in this little club of humans who are trying to figure out how we hold both of these things at the same time.
Honored.
So thank you for your voice.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for just just being in that space so that we can go, Derek said it, yay, put it over here.
See, the trick is I'm saying the same thing about you guys. So as long as no one calls any of us
It's
for
great.
our
We'll just keep
credentials,
the-
I think we're okay.
We'll keep the circular retweeting going, and
Good,
it'll
good,
be great.
Thank you for that.
But here's the deal. One of my favorite things about being a deconstructed, and I'm not reconstructing shit. I'm gonna stay in deconstructed land and live in the question, and I love it here. One of my favorite things about being here is how much I don't have to care what other people are doing with their time and their lives. I remember a whole part of my life where I was so worried, like so-and-so had an affair. Oh my God, I'm going to have a really hard time with this information, with this story. So-and-so is sinning. It's going to be very hard for me. And the amount of time and space I have not having to worry about what other people are doing is abundant. I can get shit done now that I couldn't get done before. So this is a song about love that doesn't need to control. It's about love that just says, if you need me to burn it down for you, I'll burn it down. If you need me to build it up, I'll come build it up. If you need me to let you go, if that's what's healthy for you, I will let you go. If you need me to hold you, I will hold you. Whatever you need, that's how I'm going to love you. So that's what this song's about. Here we go.
Tell me how love's been a weapon, I'll open my hands. Show me what's left of the battle, and I'll be your last stand. Ask me to carry your story, I'll write you a song. I'll sing it on the street corners till you know you belong. You need a fortress. I'm coming with mortar and stone. Oh, you need a wildfire. Get up on the mic, Flamey. You ain't gonna light it alone. If you need me, I'll wrap you up in my arms, let you go easy. When holiness bringing you harm, if you gotta leave me, I'll be your someone to blame. If you look around, this tight old town is causing you pain. I'll be your hurricane. There ain't a limit to how many times you can change.
Amen.
My loving you ain't a contract for staying the same. There's nothing I wouldn't bend if it helps you to know. Nothing I wouldn't tear down if it helps you to grow. You need a fortress. I'm coming with mortar and stone. Oh, you need a wildfire. You ain't gonna light it alone. If you need me, I'll wrap you up in my arms, let you go easy. When holiness bringing you harm, if you gotta leave me, I'll be your someone to blame. If you look around, this tired old town is causing you pain. If you need me, I'll wrap you up in my arms, let you go easy. When holiness bringing you harm, if you gotta leave me, I'll be your someone to blame. If you look around, this tired old town is causing you pain. I'll be your hurricane. I'll be your hurricane. I'll be your hurricane.
We love you, heathens. We love you, Derek. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for Andra and her front porch.
Thank you
Come
so
on, come on.
much,
If you want to come on
Andra.
camera real quick and just say hi to the people
Come
and
say
just
hi.
wave, so they know this
Are
is
you
one of
alright?
my favorite
I'm
people in the
snack.
world. We'll actually be at Andra's church, Woodmont Christian Church, on Thursday night. Karen and I and Andra will be writing a song live. So if you want to come there,
We're gonna try to do your thing for a minute.
just for a second, yeah.
We'll see if we're brave enough to keep on keeping on.
Amazing.
All right. Well, we love y'all so much.
Love you, heathens.
We'll
Thanks, Derek.
See you back in San Diego. Bye.